Hey guys, Afmao here, and today you are tuning into Challenge Accepted's 5,000 subscriber special. Guys, that's more fingers than I have. Thank you. Thank you so much for your continued support. It means a lot to us here. And I can't even begin to describe the amount of just thankfulness that we have for having you with us. Thank you so very much. And I feel like if I say thank you again, it's going to get really awkward. But I want you to know how sincere I am. I really mean it. Thank you guys for your support. This is our 5,000 subscriber Q&A special. A while back we had asked you guys to submit some questions to us that we could answer, and we went through all of the questions, read every single one of them, but there are a few questions we don't feel comfortable answering at the moment, so we're gonna kind of wait to answer those questions, but that doesn't mean that we'll not ever answer them. We'll probably answer them later on. Just right now, we only have a few that we would like to answer, and we're going to get to that. But before that, you're probably wondering where Sachel and Castor are. Well, they're not here because we all live in different states, and it's hard for us to make a collaborative video where we're all in the same room. So we may not be able to do that anytime in the near future, but in the distant future, we are planning to. Maybe next time they stop by, we'll do something really special for you guys. But we're going to wait until, maybe next time we'll probably do something like a webcam kind of thing. But we will get to that later. Also, I wanted to address that this is the first time I have ever done something like this where I've spoken to you guys or ever like recorded myself talking. So I'm a little nervous about doing this. I really didn't know what I should have worn, if I should have gotten like my nails did or my hair done, or like I didn't feel like I felt like I was underdressed and I felt like I was too dressed. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about this, but I hope that it doesn't show that much, which it probably does. But we're going to get over that, and I'm going to start answering some of your questions. Now, there were a lot of great questions, guys, a lot of great questions, and thank you for submitting them. I wrote them all down here, so I'm going to address them as I pluck them up. There's one that I wanted to address because I think it's a good one to start off with, and here it is. So let's get started. The first question is, how did you all meet and who thought of making a channel? That's a really good question. Before I answer that question, I have to address that there are actually 4 members of Challenge Accepted. For those of you that didn't know, there have always been 4 members, and it's Sachel, Castor, Dom, and myself. Dom is kind of like the behind the scenes kind of guy. He does a lot of the editing, a lot of like pretty much behind the scenes work that you don't see. He's only been referenced about a few times in our most recent videos. So if you've seen his name, then more than likely he's worked on what's inside of that series. But he's a really cool guy. I think you guys would like him. And it's possible that he'll be in our series later, but it's our further series. We'll get to that later, though. All right, so the question was, I just put it down. How did you all meet, and who thought of making a channel? How did we all meet is a fun question, actually, because I met Castor in college through Dom, and I met Dom in college as well, and we hung out a lot. We played video games together, and when we graduated, we kept in touch via MMOs and just continued to play from there, which is really awesome because we've always played all of our MMOs pretty much together. Every time there was a new game, we'd always introduce each other to it. So that's how we met, and that's how we kept in touch. Then I met Sachel, which was an actually really fun story because we had met through a mutual friend of ours. We were going to a anime convention, and we were like, we need to get a lot of people in one room so we can afford the hotel. Which is something that, you know, if you're going to a convention, if you've ever been to one, you kind of just want a room with a bunch of people because hotels can be really pricey, especially when there's a convention going on. So Sachel was a part of that group that got the hotel, and we met, we talked, we found out we had a lot in common, and pretty much after the convention, we stayed in touch via MMOs too. And that's how we all met and we all got together. Sachel met Dom and Castor through MMOs, and eventually we all went to, we meet up every now and then because we live sort of close by, just in different states. But we've kept in touch, and ever since, we've known each other for years. So ever since we met, we've pretty much just been pretty tight-knit like that. And Dom was actually the person who had thought about making a channel because we gamed a lot and we thought we were pretty funny whenever we would make commentary. So pretty much the way you see us in our series is kind of pretty much the way that we were. Well, actually exactly the way that we were when we played MMOs together and, or, you know, just online games together. So we were like, hey, we're pretty funny. We can, you know, maybe we would do good at actually doing commentary for a gaming channel, and here we are today. So yeah, it was really, I thought it was a great idea. And everyone thought it was a great idea, not just me. Everyone thought it was a great idea. So yeah, that's how we met, and that's how we started a gaming channel. Alright, now I'm just going to pick these at random. So I hope they're not in any particular order, I just have them kind of scattered around here. So let's go on to the next question, which is this one. Oh, this one's a good question. This one says, what would you say, oh, I'm sorry, I wrote this really weird. Would you say that gaming is your passion, or you guys have multiple interests aside from that? If so, what are they? I'm going to answer a lot of these questions pertaining to me. Sachel and Castor aren't here, so they won't be able to answer these questions themselves, but later on they probably will address these questions. So, is gaming my passion? Yes, I love playing video games a lot. I've been playing video games since I was probably about 5 years old or something like that. I'm not going to get into that history. But yes, gaming is one of my passions, and outside of that, I love doing art. I love reading, pretty much. I like physical exercise and things like that, so pretty much there's a lot of things I'm passionate about. Art being the main one. I like making video game themed jewelry, and if you saw my earring right here, I have a little fire flower earring that I made right here. It's really cute. I made that. But I'm not gonna put that back on. But yeah, I love doing a lot of video game related. I like doing art and doing things and like incorporating video games into the art. And pretty much that's what I'm passionate about, and it shows. Well, at least I like to think it shows. Yeah. So alright, let's move on to the next question. I'm gonna pick this one. It says, will you ever do a face cam? A lot of you guys had asked that question, and it is up in the air right now. I don't know if we would ever integrate face cam into video games at the moment, just because we don't have the like the equipment to do that. So that's up in the air right now, but it's definitely something we might look into for a next like scary games. Because if you watch me play Dead Space, if you were here in person, it was so bad. I have like, this is my desk, and I have a corner where I'm cornered in, and Castor sat right next to me, and so I couldn't run. I couldn't, like, normally I would kind of, form a scary game, I would put it down and kind of pace around the room. I wasn't able to do that. So it was just really heart-throbbing. So yes, definitely a face cam. I would love to do that for myself, for a scary game if I ever played one. In general, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that anytime soon, but we will definitely look into it. Next question. This one's a pretty interesting one. It says, how come you guys don't play games on consoles? We have actually played games on consoles, and we own a lot of consoles. Oh, pretty much every console. But the last game I played on console on the channel was Tokyo Jungle on the PlayStation 3. So yeah, if we do have games, I would like to actually go into more console themed series maybe later. That's something I would like to bring up to everyone. But we'll see about that, because I would like to play games like on the N64, like old games. But we'll get to that later. So yes, we plan to do console things in the future, but at the moment PC is pretty much where it's at, because a lot of the games that you can get on console, you can get on PC, which I'm sure a lot of you already know, so there was no point in saying that, but alright, next question. Let's see. This one, we'll get to this one later, because I'll get to that one later. Alright, someone asked, where are you from? You have the most unique names. I'm curious. our names, and this actually pertains to some more questions as well. Our names are our online aliases. They're not our real names. I wish they were. That would be really cool. But they are pretty much our online aliases, and yeah, that's what it is. We are from the United States, so that's just a generalization. I'm not going to actually say what state we're in, but maybe in the future we'll be more comfortable with actually telling you guys that. Next question. All right, I think I'm doing good so far. I think cats are fighting outside. Yeah, sounds like cat fights going outside. Not ladies fighting, but like actual cats. But okay, all right, enough of that. This question says, will you guys ever do a mod playthrough in the future? We are actually planning, if you guys saw Pixelmon, we are still working on that. It will come out soon, so do not worry. Pixelmon is still in the works. It's just we're putting a lot of effort into actually making it really awesome. So you can look forward to that. And as for other mod playthroughs and spotlights, we will delve into that a little bit later, but for now we're focusing on our main series like Tekkit, Feed the Beast, and soon Pixelmon. So look forward to that. Okay. That answered that question, right? Yes, it did. Okay, next question. Let's just answer this one. Two people actually, I believe it was wanted to know this. They said, how tall are you guys? And one person specified that they wanted to know for no apparent reason. I'm wondering if they watch Borderlands and see when I make fun of Castor's height. I make fun of his height mostly because I'm short. Probably the average size short, like I'm 4'10". Sachel is 5', he's 5 tall. He's taller than me, let's put it like that. Castor is 6 something. I don't even know. He's way tall, like really tall. So I don't even want to know his height. And Dom is about Castor's height, so they're about 6 something. So yeah, they're pretty lucky. But I like my height. I think my height is really awesome, and I have no problems with it at all. But you kind of get the short end of the stick, haha, when you're short, and a lot of people like to make fun of your height. But, just roll with it. It's not anything that's a really big deal or unique or anything like that. But let's move on. This one says, do you read all of your comments? Yes. At least I read all of the comments. I like to read them and go through them, know what I can improve on, and pretty much respond whenever I can. A lot of the times I look at the comments on my phone, so like when I'm on the run or something, so it's really hard for me to respond, and I get home and I forget, and you guys know how that goes. I'm sorry, like, I do apologize that I don't respond immediately, but there are some times when I'd like to really put a lot of thought into my response. But yeah, so we do read all of our comments, and we try to reply in a timely manner. I know Sachel does a really good job at doing that, so thumbs up for Sachel! Yay! Yay! Okay. Wow, my voice cracked. Alright. Next question. Can you guys tell I'm nervous? I hope it doesn't really show that much. Alright, this one's a good one. Will there be more Q&As, or is this your only one? There are definitely going to be more videos that we do like this with Q&A sessions, so if your question doesn't get answered right now, don't worry. We will absolutely get to it later. We'll eventually get to it, hopefully. But this will not be our only Q&A session, so keep, strap onto your pants or whatever the saying is for our next one. Hopefully we'll all be here. Alright, next question is, who is your favorite YouTuber but not yourself? Me, obviously. No, I'm just joking about that. That would be very conceited, and no. Okay, my favorite YouTuber, I haven't actually kept up with a lot of YouTubers lately because I've been really busy, but my favorite YouTuber would have to be Jesse Cox, only because I just think he's a really cool guy. I love his voice, and I actually do a really good Jesse Cox impression, or at least I like to tell myself I do a really good Jesse Cox impression, but I'm not going to do it right now because I haven't perfected it, and Sachel, Castor, and Dom tell me I don't sound anything like him, but I like to think that I do, and maybe later on I'll show you my impression But yeah, Jesse Cox, really like him, really cool guy. Yeah, really funny gamer. So, like Jesse Cox. Again, I can't speak for Dom, Sachel, and Caster, so you're gonna have to ask them later. Next question is, let's answer this question. Since someone mentioned red velvet cake, what are your favorite sweets? My favorite sweet is obviously red velvet cake, but my newest favorite sweet would have to be the Cinnapie from Papa John's. It is so good, and I would have loved to show you what it looked like, because I bought one. I specifically read that question. I was like, I'm going to answer this question because I'm going to go buy a Cinnapie, and I'm going to show them what it looks like, because it looks disgusting, but it's like the best thing ever. Yeah, so it was a Cinnapie. I bought it, and I got really nervous around the camera, so I kept on eating it, and then before I realized it, I was about to do this video, and the Cinnapie was gone, and I just like flipped out, which was a really good excuse for me to order another one, but it's really late right now, and I can't exactly order another one because they're closed. So yeah, Cinnapie is my favorite dessert at the moment. But red velvet cake, pretty much anything, is my favorite dessert. I like sweets a lot. Next question. Let's see. I have 4 more questions left. This one says, if you guys became famous, what would you want to be famous for? Being funny, I guess. Being funny, a really entertaining person, and overall just a good example and a good role model, and just a good person at that. Pretty much that's what I in general would like to be famous for, but I also would like to be famous for being really knowledgeable about video games. But there's a whole past about my video game history that we'll get into later. We'll save sob stories for later. But yeah, so pretty much I would like to be famous for being a good person, funny, that kind of stuff. So next question would be, what kind of animes do you guys like, and what do you think of the latest Dragon Ball Z movie? I like drama animes, I guess. One of my favorites, for example, I like really, really, really good animes, so not to say that they're all not good, but I think every anime is good in its own way. Like, my favorite anime of all time would have to be Toradora, just because you really feel a bond with the characters, and it's so pretty much just drama kind of animes. I like action a lot. Pretty much anything that's good, I like it. So, Trigun, a lot of the old anime. Yeah, I also like cartoons too. Like, I'll sit here and watch TV while I'm reading about stuff, and I can just pretty much watch cartoons all day long. So yeah, that's one of my favorite animes, but I like old things like G Gundam and things like that, Gundam Wing, you name it. Pretty much anything that's good. I kind of got wrapped up in a tangent there, so I didn't address the DBZ aspect of that question, or the Dragon Ball Z aspect of that question. I haven't seen the most recent one, which was Battle of Gods. I am going to see it soon. Probably after this, I will see it. I will let you know what I think. And Sachel can probably let you know what he thinks sooner, because he's probably seen it, knowing him. So he will probably be able to respond a lot faster to you. So yeah, I will see it. We'll let you know what I think. And yeah, it's gonna be cool. Alright guys, back. Sorry about that. There's some cats that are fighting outside over the food that I gave them. So yeah, I had to deal with that. But now we are back to the last question, which is a very hard question because this is something... Well, let's read the question first. The question is, what are your top 3 games you have ever played? It's kind of a difficult one for me because a lot of my top 3 would be RPGs, mostly RPGs. So I'm going to kind of spice it up a little bit and force myself to choose from different genres. So let's get started. The top 3, my first one would definitely be an MMORPG, Final Fantasy XI, because, man, I played that game for years, literally years, and I made a lot of great relationships on that game, met a lot of friends, and pretty much just, I was all about that game for so many years. Great game. If you had the chance to play it, you know what I'm talking about. I wish I could convey how awesome it was. It was just great. I liked the hard level grind, just a lot of the aspects of the game, the job system, in-game, really great game. Let's see, real-time strategy, I would go with Pikmin. I really enjoy the Pikmin series. It's just, I love it. There's not much to say about that. It's a great game. Great series, actually. So that's my real-time strategy. And my recent favorite has become third-person shooter survival horror, which would be Dead Space. Because, as you may have known, I was forced to play it. And it was a game that I had, like, I played maybe, like, the first 5 minutes of it before. Like, a long time ago when it first came out, I played the first 5 minutes, and I was just like, I can't do this. I immediately returned the game and never picked it up after that, just because I can't. I really suck at playing horror games. But I was forced to play it thanks to Caster and Dom and Sachel, and I actually ended up loving it. I love the story, I love the gameplay, and it was just a great game. And I would do it all over again. I actually have played Dead Space 2, and I thought that was a great game as well. And now I'm playing Dead Space 3, which is a great game so far, so I really like the Dead Space series a lot. So yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in, and as you can see, my cat has joined us. Say hello, Mr. Floofykins. Hello. He's a really good cat. He wasn't the one fighting, if you were wondering about that. He was just kind of watching them fight, so, you know, cats. What are you gonna do about them? So guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Challenge Accepted's 5,000 subscriber Q&A special. Again, thank you so much for all of your support. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to me. And we hope that we can continue to entertain you and, you know, grow as continue to grow with you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. See you later. Take care.